So what on earth can connect a newspaper article written in 1947, an English castle garden, and the seeds that I have sprouting in my Michigan basement right now? That's the question that we're going to answer in today's video. Hi friends, I'm Sue from Garden Moxie, and this little blue beauty has quite a story to tell. And it all started when I was reading an old garden design book this winter. I stumbled across an article written by Vita Sackville-West, dated April 6, 1947. And in this article, she suggests sowing annuals from seed, and she gave her readers a challenge. What you sow must depend upon your personal taste and the coloring you want. As a change from the usual jumble, pretty and gay though it may be, you might find it more original to concentrate on one color. A combination of Phacelia, Nigella, Love in the Mist, Nemophila, Asperula, Asperula would give a brilliant blue effect, especially if massed in front of delphiniums. Okay, besides the Nigella, I didn't recognize any of the Latin names that laid before me. I couldn't help but wonder if her specific recommendations for blue annuals would actually work in our Midwest gardens. And I started thinking about this idea of growing blue blooming annuals based on an article written over 75 years ago, and that completely captured my imagination. So I set off researching what these mysterious Latin names meant. Phacelia turned out to be what's called by the common name Desertbells, which is actually a plant that's native to California. Nemophila is also known as baby blue eyes, and Asperula azurea is also known as blue woodruff. So one by one, I managed to track down seeds for these vintage blue beauties mentioned in the article. I was excited to try sowing these seeds for these annuals recommended by Vita Sackville-West. I already had Nigella self-seeding in my garden. It's an annual that I love, and I was excited to see if I could actually grow the other plants that she mentioned in the article. As I planted those seeds and placed them under my grow lights, I felt a little connected to the gardeners of the past, and I wondered how many people read this article and went out and purchased the seeds for these plants and grew them in their own gardens. They weren't just any seeds. These seeds had stories of gardens past and finding beauty in just simple things. So today I want to show you how those plants are doing and how a single paragraph in a garden newspaper article written in 1947 is teaching me about new plants. A couple of years ago, I made the decision that I really wanted to return to basics when it came to gardening and really start growing a lot more plants from seed. And so this project of mine trying to grow these blue flowers that were recommended by Vita Sackville-West was such a fun project, especially since I could start growing the seeds in the wintertime. And now as I look at these seedlings, I'm so excited to show you how they're doing. So I've got the seedlings here, and I got the most excited when the first blooms on these Desertbells actually popped up. So these bloomed for the first time this week. I actually didn't expect them to bloom this soon, but you can see here in the bin I've got several of these plants that are actually blooming already, and I can understand why Vita Sackville-West said this was one of her favorite annuals. It's such a beautiful blue color, and makes me even more excited to see the other ones when they bloom. So let me turn the camera around and I can show you what we've got here. All right, so this set of seedlings here are, again, the Phacelia campanularia, which is the native to California, the desert bell. And you can see here it's a low growing annual. These are all low growing annuals, and it's got this brilliant blue color. Very, very pretty. And I purchased the seeds from Stover Seeds. I'll leave a link to the seeds in the description of the video. But there's a couple A couple of them I think I was overwatering, which is why the leaves are a little bit yellow. But this is the first time growing them, and I'm just excited that they're blooming. I'm excited that they're growing. And I think if I would have potted them up in a little bit larger of pots like this one here, you can see the plant has gotten quite a bit larger. But these are growing really well, and it was really fun to grow a new plant. Now, I've talked about these blue woodruff seeds before. I've winter sowed these as well as starting them under grow lights. And I've got two different varieties. I've got this variety called the Cloud 9, which has a white bloom. And then I've got this bluish purpley color bloom, the blue woodruff. So let me show you what those seedlings look like. So these are the seeds that I grew under the grow lights. I actually did not have very good germination rates, and the reason I'm certain is because on the back of the seed pack it actually says that sowing these in the early springtime while the soil is still cool is a good way to do it. Now my basement is cool, but probably if I would have grown them outdoors, it might have done a little bit better. But I did winter sow them as well because I wanted to try a couple different ways, because this is the first time I've ever grown the plants. And here you can see this is the white variety, the white blooming variety of the plant. And I've got several plants growing here in the grow bag. And then these are the blue variety. So this is the blue or the purple variety here. So those are growing pretty well. I need to move these out into the garden. And then if you're curious what the seeds look like, I still have a few of them here. So there's the seeds for these woodruff plants. And I purchased these seeds from Select Seed, which is one of my favorite seed companies. I always have such great luck with seeds from Select Seeds. Now the last set of seeds that I have here, I purchased from Southern Seeds. And I clipped this picture because the seed pack doesn't have a picture with it. But you can see here I still have quite a few seeds left, and these have started germinating as well. I started growing these under the grow lights. Let me show you what the plants look like. So these are the seedlings for that Nemophila. I can't pronounce it right.
Nemophila.
But Nemophila.
Nemophila.
Or the baby blue eyes. And you can see here what these plants look like up close. And again, I started growing these under grow lights, and they're about ready to be potted back up. And pretty soon these will be ready to go in the garden actually. So I'm excited to see how these look. I mean, based on these pictures, these should be such beautiful little plants. And again, these plants are annuals. All of these plants are annuals. So such beautiful blue colors. Now the last seed that Vita Sackville-West talked about was Nigella, which I have blue flowering Nigella growing in my garden, and they self-seed. Once I planted them, then they self-seed every year. But this is a white blooming variety that I winter sowed, and these plants are ready to go. These tiny little baby seedlings are ready to go into the garden, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these white blooming Nigella look like. Well, I have to say that growing plants from seed, at least for me, is so exciting. I'd love to hear if you're growing plants from seed this season, and I'd love to hear if you're inspired to try some of these blue flowers as well, or if you have already grown them in your garden. I'd love to hear how they're growing and how things went for them. So that's it for this video, friends, and I'll see you in the next one.